Herkese selam arkadaşlar. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2'nin yeni bir bölümüne hoş geldiniz. 12. bölümüyle oyuna kalımıza devam ediyoruz. Bakalım bu bölümde neler olacak. Kapıyı açmam lazım. Gidip kapıyı açalım. Hadi bakalım. Buraya önceki bölümlerde geliyordum ne burası diye. Bulmuştum yani. Bu kapıyı açamıyorduk ama. Şimdi kapıyı açtık. Yeraltı tünelinden şehre gideceğiz. Anladım. Öyle anladım yani oyunu. Sağdan mı soldan mı?
Maybe a maze or a bit of glowing moss. I'd have imagined a secret tunnel would be more like a Minotaur's labyrinth in Crete than this.
Mino who?
The Minotaur was a monster. A man with the head of a bull who lived in a labyrinth. A maze. It's an ancient classical myth. I read it in the cemetery.
I know a lot of bull-headed men. I don't have to read any old tales in some seminary. Right, Shishka?
Bence de.
Catherine!
And how did this mini tower of yours come to have a bull's head? Huh, maybe that would explain how it happens to all those other fellas.
Well, his mother, Queen Pasiphae, had relations with the mythical white bull. By which, I'm not implying the same goes for the captain here. Very wise.
And what happened to this Mino bullman?
He was killed by the Athenian Prince Theseus. Though, I have to add, he had quite a bit of help from Princess Ariadne. She gave him a magical thread to help him find his way out of the labyrinth.
Monsters and princesses with magical thread? Oh, must have been an interesting seminary, eh?
I used it to polish my Greek.
I think I can figure out what you were polishing. Over a story where a mythical queen has relations with a bull? Oh?
Fresh air at last. Now, if we had a little wine...
They've noticed we're gone. Fuck. How far are your people with the horses?
Young Mika will be waiting half a mile to the south, at an old camp.
I need to rest. Supposing we take a look at Sigismund's letter. See what the bastard is plotting. Oh, good idea. Here, give me some light. Well, let me see. I, Sigismund of Luxembourg, by the will of God, King of Hungary, Dalmatia, and Bohemia.
Oh, Christ, skip that.
And I therefore call my loyal ally... Sigismund is mustering his allies and their armed forces to Kuttenberg.
What does it mean?
It means that he's lost patience. That he's planning to crush the resistance while he still can.
So, von Burgov and von Aulitz have gone to Kuttenberg?
Yeah. And my friend Hinek of Kunstadt is at Suchtal Fortress, not far from Kuttenberg. And Liechtenstein is in Kuttenberg too. We have to warn them.
And we have to help Capon.
Yeah, but first we must get away from here. Only he can't get far on foot.
I'll bring the horses to the road. You wait here.
But the place is crawling with them.
You go ahead. They'll give up in a while. We'll move further back inside.
When you meet Mika, the password is Falcon. God go with you, lad.
Başka. Bilemedim. Şafak. Burası mıymış ya? Eyvah. Şöyle yapsak. Tabii kaydedelim de. Aroma şafak, şafak, şafak, şafak, şafak, şafak. Ay, yanlış tuşa bastım. Aroma şafak, şafak.
Alarm! He's here!
Ne alaka lan? Mika değil miydin sen?
I'm all yours! Like that, eh? I'll beat you to a bloody pulp! Fuck that!
Düşmüyorum ki.
I've been waiting. Here he is!
Şu şerefsizleri. Geber bakayım. Hadi. Dayı senle konuşamıyor muyuz? Ya adam geliyor. İlla geleceksin.
You want to try?
Başka? Bütün kampı aldın mı aşağı? Atarız. Başka kimse gelmiyor ki. Ama konuşamıyorum da. Hani bir dakika beklesem o da olmuyor. Bir bak falan olduysa. Konuşamıyorum ki oğlum. Gebersem geberecek. Konuşamıyorum ki şu an. Allah Allah. Gidip hepsini geberteyim o zaman. Yani. Ha çöz. Ha. Ulan var ya. Okumasam.
Depends on who's asking.
I'm Henry. I'm here to... Falcon. Password is Falcon.
All right. I'm Mika. Where's...
It all went tits up. We need to take the wagon all the way to the passage to load him on. Where is it, anyway?
We left the wagon and the horses just outside of Apollonia. The soldiers are combing the forest. Nobody can get through till... Fuck! I thought we could sneak out of here. But if someone's wounded...
You don't look too good neither.
Listen, my brother and the butcher's hand are guarding the wagon. But if we don't show up by daybreak, that means something's gone wrong. And they'll leave. Someone has to tell them what happened.
All right, I'll go. Go and find Catherine in the cave. She'll fix you up. Where exactly is the wagon?
Keep heading south from here until you come across a cliff split in two. There's a broken down wagon standing nearby. Go between the rocks, up the hill, then head south. If you pass by an abandoned camp, you'll know you're going the right way. It's another mile or so past the camp. Just keep heading south. You should come across them then. We're parked a bit off the road, so as not to be seen.
Right.
Don't forget to say the password Falcon to them too, so they don't kill you on sight.
All right.
Good luck. God be with you.
I'm with you.
Abi sırf güneye doğru git dedi. Onu geç, bunu geç, sırf güneye git dedi. Lan yanlış tuşa bastık gene. Bu niye çıplak lan? Ben bunu seçmedim oğlum. İyiydi işte.
The rocks. Check among the rocks. What's that? Huh. Strange.
Geri zekalara bak, yapay zeka. Oğlum şu ağacın arasından gelen ışık duruyorsa bayağı iyi gözüküyor. Oyun grafik olarak zaten bayağı iyi de. Onlar alttan gidiyor. Yolu takip etmem lazım. Aynen yeni oyun kanka. Aynen. Bence yukarıdan gidelim. Orayı görürüz elbet. Doğru yoldayım. İşte bu. Yukarı doğru çıkmalıyım. Tamam. Oo, çok uzak. Aga be. Niye yapamıyorum? Şey gibi olmuş şu an, onu söyleyemiyoruz diyen bir tane çocuk vardı ya. Onun gibi olmuş. Şimdi burada bir bok olur falan, bir şey olur. Az kaldı. Arada başa. Arada şafak evladım. Bilemedim Başak. Biraz daha aşağı gideceğiz. Heh, tamam. Ana sahne geliyor zaten.
Volkan. Catherine sent me. Things got a bit complicated.
Carry straight on to İçİN. The merchant road will take you right to Kuttenberg.
Well, you're not coming with us?
No. I have to go back to Razik and Hanush and tell them what's being planned and what happened to Lord Capen. Like, it's high time you got going. Watch out for yourselves. Especially you, Henry. I don't have to come back and look for your body again.
I'll do my best.
Look, if you find yourselves stuck, look for Sir Odorin of Rabosh and give him this ring. He'll help you, even if he's not too happy about it.
Godspeed!
So, we finally got him. How does it feel?
Kan düştü bence.
I said.
How does it feel?
Do you really think you could get rid of me? No, no, dear boy. You and I still have a lot of work to do.
Henry? Are you hurt?
Biraz yaram var.
You fell asleep. Are you all right?
Ben de onu dedim işte. Uyuyakalmadı, bayıldı. O kadar işkenceden sonra. Damla atlamayacağım.
Is it much further?
We'll reach Sukdal shortly. Those woodcutters by the forest weren't making it up. They look pretty frightened.
Maybe they were just in awe of your beauty.
My, you've got a silver tongue, eh?
Not that I want to contradict, but I think there might be another reason. Sigismund is riding roughshod over the country, so the people are cautious. I can't blame them.
If it was only Sigismund. The devil is just as bad.
I thought we'd sorted all this out. He's no saint, not by any means, but he is an ally of the king. He's my friend.
Who is?
The dry devil.
Lord Hinek of Kunstadt, Burgrave of Znojmo Castle, a great warrior, and at this moment a guest of the Lord of Sukdal.
Why do they call him the Dry Devil, anyway?
You can ask him yourself when you see him.
I don't know why he's dry, but I know exactly why they call him Devil.
Can you give it a rest? I don't need you insulting him before I get a word in.
Great. So I'm to keep my mouth shut, eh?
Say what you like, just don't go bugging the devil. At least for a while. That's all I'm asking.
What happens after we get to Sukdog?
We'll find out soon enough. The main thing we have to hope for is that the local lord will even receive us.
Who is that?
Sir Peter of Pisek, Mint Master to King Wenceslas himself. Very important man.
I bet he can't wait for us to ride into his courtyard.
Where are you going? Lord Pisek ain't gonna see you.
We don't look too impressive, that's true. But I'm hoping Dry Devil will put in a word for us.
And what's your plan after that? We have to save Sir Hans.
Don't worry, we'll get to that, if it's not too late.
Hopefully it won't be. He's a noble, so they'll ransom him.
I don't know. His uncle has a reputation for being a pinch purse. You know him, Henry?
I know him. And I think I know why they say what they do about him.
Oh, but that's all by the by anyway. I intend to wage war, not parley. And if I know Dry Devil, he's of the same mind.
Won't it be dangerous for Sir Hans?
It will, and for us too. But I'm sure Lord Capon is expecting that. He rode to Trotsky as a messenger to von Berghoff. I reckon he must have had some idea what might happen.
Allah Allah. Harita çalışmıyor.
What's this? The gate's wide open.
Watered, fed, saddled, first thing. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Greetings. What's your business here?
The blessing of our Lord Jesus Christ, sir. I expect you're Peter Pisek. I'm Jan Žižka of Trocnov. I have an important message for your guest, Hinek of Kunstadt. Actually, for you two.
A message for the Dry Devil?
Well now, Captain Žižka and young Henry.
Margrave Jobs.
Sir.
I'm afraid your friend Hinek is no longer here. I'd love to know what brought you two together. But also, what the hell happened to you?
Well, sir...
Unfortunately, I'm otherwise occupied at the moment. Get some rest. You're clearly in dire need of it. We'll talk tomorrow. Sir Peter, please, take care of our guests.
Yes, sir.
Let's go!
O geri gelmeyecek ha.
He's all we need.
Öyle düşünüyorum.
You must be tired and hungry after your journey. Follow me.
You have a very fine fortress, my lord.
Onunla haritamı açabildim ya. Ne oldu şimdi? Yeni haritaya mı geçtik? Harbi mi lan? Köpeği bulmadık. Allah Allah. İstediğimiz zaman öbür tarafa gidebiliyor muyuz? Galiba yapamıyoruz ya.
To be honest, I'd much prefer to go back to Kuttenberg. Life in a fortress isn't ideal for a man with my experience.
How was your trip? Journey itself
And with your fortune.
no delays, nice weather.
That gets worryingly smaller every day, Lord Trotsnov.
Hardly surprising if you're putting up the Margrave here.
Benim nerede olduğunu
No,
bilmiyorum
that's
ki
more
bulayım.
down to his Hungarian cousin, if you get my meaning.
Perfectly, my lord.
Bizimki kemik yemeye başladı. Erişilemez eylem diyor bana. Konuşmayacak mıyız sen?
I'm sorry. Christ
Ben ne diyorum? Lan. Lan gitti o herif. Ve bir çekil. Geldi.
Careful.
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends. You look like you've had a hard journey.
The journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Sir Otto von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil, and I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely. But it wasn't much of a success, was it?
Actually, it was pretty much. We even took a castle.
Well, more like a small stronghold.
And we nearly got von Berghoff too.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous deed?
Markvart von Aulis.
I know that name. He's the commander of the Prague militia.
Exactly. And they came with him.
But why would the Praguers send forces to Trotsky?
But they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to visit von Berghoff because he was in a tight situation, and they took him along with them.
Here? To my fortress? Christ almighty.
Not just here, but everywhere where King Wenceslas still has supporters.
And that's also one of the reasons why we're here. We came to warn you. It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the rebellion while he still has time. So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard and drill the troops. But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. I'll have the best wine I have brought to you. Bring that red from Burgundy right away.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure for this occasion.
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst, eh?
Well, that is, I wouldn't dream of disrespecting the Margrave. Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such. We merely know each other due to my original trade.
Yes, I've heard of you. They say you used to be, well...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here, she...
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, It's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Aye, we know each other well. We recently had talks together in Ratai.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other reason goes by the name of Hynek, the Dry Devil. Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while, at my invitation.
Was here? So he's gone?
Where did he go?
I couldn't say. He didn't part quite on the best of terms.
That's quite normal for him. Don't take it to heart, sir.
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst. When he met Hynek, he was somewhat disturbed.
Disturbed? Why?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of opinions, they agreed it would be best if they saw as little of each other as possible. I'm sure if you're interested in the details, the Margrave will explain it to you himself.
I'd be very surprised.
What was Dry Devil doing here, anyway?
Waging war, if you can call it that. He ambushed 3 of Sigismund's supply caravans and a troop of Cumans in these parts alone. It made me a little nervous. If anyone found out he was hiding out here, in the end, it was Jobst himself who sorted it out. He told Hynek he had to stop because he was interfering with his plans.
Why is Jobst taking such risks? He almost put himself in Sigismund's reach. What for?
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords, and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund so far.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics. The majority lean towards the side where they expect the least problems. Just between us, I'm not too pleased myself about Jobst's strategy, and I'm the last one who'd wish for violence.
What do you think about all of this, sir? Sigismund, Wenceslas, Jobst?
What kind of question is that? Do you doubt my loyalty to our king?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that King Wenceslas isn't the great man his father Charles was. But that is the way of the world. History is full of kings who didn't know how to wear the crown. The blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. He's not a capable ruler. What of it? In my opinion, kingship is above all a guarantee of divine peace. A sovereign's greatest asset is his legitimacy.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad? If he's mad, say?
I'll put it this way. Nobody lives forever, lad.
Least of all bad kings. Isn't that right, sir?
So, what about us? What do we do now?
The Margrave will certainly want to talk to you, but the earliest he'll be back at the fortress will be tomorrow. I hope until then, you won't refuse my offer of a bed for the night.
Just an offer? So you'd let us leave if we wanted to?
Well, the Margrave did ask me to look after you until he returns, for the sake of security.
Whose security?
Good question. Yours, I expect.
So be it. I couldn't take another step anyway.
Sir, there's still one more thing we came for. Lord von Bergov is holding my lord, Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, hostage. And we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein. Do you know anything about those two?
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Bergau had come here until you told me. And I've heard nothing about Lord Liechtenstein.
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed, the word would be all over the region. So there's a strong hope he's alive.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Pisek.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the king's supporters, even if that does make it a bit crammed.
I suppose I ought to get to bed. Where can I sleep, sir?
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Yours is right here in the palace. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. There's a garland above the door. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And maybe you'd like to bathe before going to bed. I told my servant Susanna to prepare baths for you. The baths are in the little house in the courtyard, right next to the well.
What do you plan to do now?
What do you think? Have a proper meal and then go and lie down?
May I join you?
You should go and have that bath. Ideally, a night.
Ya. Oyun otomatik kaydettim mi? Nasıl hamam sahibi ya?
What can I do for you?
What do you have for
Asat mı? Hamam
Maybe
sahibi.
next time then.
Lord Pisek said we could have a bath here?
Yes, sir. I prepared the hot water and fragrant oils myself. And I'll wash your clothes as well.
I could get used to this.
If sir will allow, I'll help you undress.
What would you like?
Kabul etmen de göreyim.
What do you think of Lord?
He's a real man, at least. But I hope his age has weakened his hearing. You should be ashamed of yourself asking about him when he's right next.
What do you plan to...
What do you think?
May I join you?
You should go and have that bath.
Banyo yaptım ya, geri zekalı. Aynı bok oldu. Neyse,
What happened at
çok
Nebakov?
You're asking me?
I only remember that diabolical shot.
That must have been really terrible. I'm afraid all I know is when they took the fortress. I'm sorry. But most of ours got left.
There was this healer called Clara there.
A girl of yours?
No, I don't know her well. But she was very kind to me. I suppose now I'll never see her again.
Poor girl. May God forgive her sins. You have to live every day like it's going to be. That's all you can do in our trade.
Thank you. That's all.
I'm sorry I can't tell you more.
No, that's all right. Thanks.
Yani neyse, gene onu yaptım. Bilerek yaptım. Çünkü gidip yıkandım. Hani. O yüzden dedim. Hiç olmaz ama dedi ki bana sen kimsin ha?
God bless. What?
You wouldn't happen to know where Lord Hinnek of Kunstad went, would you? He was a guest here.
I don't know, but I hope as far away as possible. That animal almost raised his hand to the Margrave.
What? How did that happen?
A respectable woman doesn't talk about that kind of thing, but if it hadn't been for my husband, he'd have been at his throat, believe you me.
How are you, dear good wife?
All the better for being greeted so respectfully. But I hope my husband didn't hear you. He's terribly jealous, and he could have you whipped. He's the captain.
I beg your pardon, milady, but could you tell me what's new around here? I'm asking because I've just arrived and I'd like to know more.
If it's mercenary work you're interested in, you'll have to ask elsewhere. God be with
Asker
you.
işiyle ilgilenmiyorum ama. Neyse. Hangisi benim yatağım ama? Ne koyalım? Camdan aşağı attık oğlum bunu. Artık yeter la. Daha ne kadar rüya göreceğiz aynı şey hakkında. Ya yeni geldi babası.
So you got your revenge?
Evet aldım. Kanınız yerde kalmadı.
Father, did it make you feel any better?
Evet. Kesinlikle.
It did. So what comes next?
Sırada it var. Bergo iti.
Mark von Aulitz is next.
Ha o da var ama...
Von Bergov.
Ha işte Von Bergo. Dedim.
Is that what you really want, son?
Gerçekten
No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
Önemli değil. Öldüreceğim hepsini.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
I'm sure, dedi.
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you? I don't know.
Ugh.
Before you go, I brought you something for... Oh, have I been too bold?
No, definitely not. Thank you. Do you need any...
No.
So...
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
I'm not a nobleman. You don't have to stand on ceremony with me.
Resmi davranmana gerek yok ama.
Since you're a guest of the Margrave, sir. May I leave?
That is... yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Ben soylu biriyim. Ama... böyle formalitelere, böyle saçmalıklara gerek yok. Çünkü... biz... insanız. Yani... benimkiler yine gitmiş arkadaş. Her seferinde ben böyle dizeceğim mi ya? Abi neden eşyalarımı sandığa koymayı bu kadar çok seviyor bu oyun? Hayda. Are fucking... Fuck. Koyayım ya. Ne zırh ya ver. Ha onu vermiyor. Onu görmüyorlar zaten ama. Aldığımız için oğlum niye üstündeki eşyalar gidiyor ya? Ben anlamıyorum bu oyunu ya. Oh yani ya. Şimdi uğraş dur. Ses gelirse özür dilerim, pardon. Bir anda çıkıyor bende. Avcı değil ya. Yapıp da geleyim ya. Evet, yapabildiğim kadar yaptım. Şimdi. Onu da tak. Gözlüğüm var, gözlüğü de takalım. Abi bu kılıcı görev diye vermem. Hırgazlı kovayla bu kılıcı vermem ben. Benim olacak bu kılıç. Son hatırası. Olmaz. Vermem. Abi şunu giymedik. O da artık bunu giyiyoruz. Koyu çöper bu. Kolay zaten, o yüzden hızlıca bu. Pantolon olmadı. Bir çizme koydum zaten, tamam. Bunu da tak. Ha, tamam, yukarı. Oh, düşürmüş, okey. Hayır.
Two and a half badges, thanks.
2,5 porsuk mu? Ne açalım?
Excuse me.
Ses çıkartacağım bu.
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle. My men train like that every day.
What the fuck was that? Lo, the worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as mein Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by... What do you say, lad?
I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome. I wouldn't want to...
I get the feeling you'd run.
Leave him be, meine Dame. Nobody with any sense would take on my men.
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any... Pulkart, come here! The first to bleed loses.
Yeah. Kaybettin kanka. Tek attım kardeş. Pul kakını.
I bought a lovely U-boat in.
Ne oldu? Oyun... Yine aynı boku yiyeceğim. Oy. Bu ne lan? Bu ne oğlum?
Meine Dame.
Bakattık
We
diye.
aren't idle here. My man...
Hello? I'm just...
That's not... India, what do
Oh,
Leave him.
now look here.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself...
Come, you... Pulk the first...
Şövalyeyim kardeş ben zaten.
I'll kill you!
Getirin.
Excellent, Henry.
It was nothing.
Gut gemacht. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword.
You should receive some kind of reward.
And what rewards would...
I was rearranging our saddlebags and I remembered I took a small memento.
Oh.
A hunting crossbow. I even think it's von Berghoff's.
Vay.
I was meaning to sell it, but...
My word. I better go and find Zizka.
I saw Zizka next to the stables. There was some girl.
Do you want to come with us to see Yobs?
Not really. I'll go and... I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
Greetings. What would you like? God be
İstemem
with you.
ablacığım.
What'll it be?
Aga be.
Careful.
I heard Kuttenberg surrendered to Sigismund, and his army is running amok here in the area.
They are. These dreckigen Hurensöhne are angry, you see? They thought, but they couldn't have been more wrong. Sigismund kept all the Why should he pay them out of his own pocket when the local lords are feeding them?
What? I don't understand.
Dann pass mal auf. As soon as the soldiers began looting the villages around the city, the local nobility quickly decided it's better.
So that Hungarian bastard is getting rich, while the locals feed his army?
Das trifft den Nagel auf den Kopf. And yet, that carrot-top Schweinehund lets the monks in the Zealots monastery fuss over him while he receives legations from the whole kingdom.
Do you know by chance how to get into that monastery where Sigismund is staying?
Wie bitte? Hast du den Verstand verloren? You can forget about that. You won't get in there. And listen closely to what I tell you. I don't know what you're planning, but I'll give you some good advice. Leave Sigismund alone. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but surely. You'll see.
Did Sigismund also attack Suchdol?
Oh, yes, as soon as he got here. But my men know what... Mein Herr Peter, however, had to pay him a fat Lösegeld to leave us in peace. The villagers in the vicinity fared even...
What happened?
They raised Messerles and a pot of it. They haven't been here since then. But who knows the Teufels?
How do things work around here?
Not really, except for the Sigismund military camp at Opatowitz. These Banditenbanden have settled in there. So God will.
I'd like to ask...
Also gut.
How do I get to Kuttenberg?
Das ist nicht schwer. You just take the main road to... Or you can also follow your nose. There's the smell is hell, but it's worth it for the silver. In fact, the...
Where did you say Sigismund's...
Unfortunately, they've occupied the hill above the main road near Kuttenberg. When you walk out of the village and look toward Opatowitz, that Hungarian camp is like a boil.
Teşekkürler. Ahır, ahır.
Greetings.
Sohbet etmek istiyorum sadece. Dayı, eşyalarım niye yok?
Greetings.
What goes on?
There are poachers prowling in the woods. A band led by this ginger-headed Mach of Marshowitz. They've been...
What happened?
They killed a rare white roebuck that lived in our woods. Sir Peter of Pisek put a bounty on their heads. The bounty...
I must say, I've never seen a...
It's an exceedingly rare animal. Sir Peter forbade hunting it, but I wouldn't have even if I could. Killing an animal like that.
Do you know any more about these?
They're led by some fella called Mach of Mach. From what I've heard, They showed up in the village below the castle a couple of times. The guards always sent them packing. Our knacker, Wolfram.
All right, huntsman. I'll try to track.
Excellent. And if you mete out capital punishment on every member of that band carries a squirrel tail on them. Probably a...
Where should I look for these?
That's the hard part. I'm sure they have a hideout in the woods around. Best of luck. Take care, friend.
Nerede ya? Ahmet'in yanında dedi. Bunda cesareti yok ya. O daha iyiymiş bu ama. Hadi gidelim artık, sıkıldım ya.
And this scar. It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This. I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord of...
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen
Not so great.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that.
But enough chat. I see Yob's...
That's why I'm here. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get...
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet the Margaret.
You want me to go on my own?
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about.
All right, but he sent for us both.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit.
All right, then. What about that dry devil of yours?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't.
At least Jobst might.
He might. To be honest.
I'll be going then.
Christ, pardon me.
Careful.
Pardon. Hadi bakalım.
Henry.
Ne o? Evrak işleri bu.
Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested to know the details. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai, and now you appear here by the side of a quite
Well, it wasn't the best circumstances to meet Zhizka in. They sent him to the Trotsky region to cause problems. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who would...
Bu muydu ya?
I have no idea, sir.
That's a pity. I would be very keen to
Hatırlamıyorum.
know.
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own ideas about how to defend him.
I understand. It seems complicated.
On the contrary, it's all quite simple. If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill of wine and venison, they'd come to an agreement on the spot. Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching. What in God's name did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Things went wrong right from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't really look much like a nobleman. We were ambushed while bathing in a pond, and then we fled through the woods. So we really looked like a pair of beggars.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feat.
Not only for him, sir. I may be just a bastard, but that doesn't mean I'm used to begging at castle gates dressed in rags.
Believe me, I didn't intend in the least to make such an insinuation. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want?
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolishly let him go.
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive ideas about the world.
Well, no one let him go this time. He's dead.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cutthroat. There should be no dealings with his ilk.
Isn't Zhizka a bandit too, though?
Zhizka is loyal to Wenceslas. So he's no bandit or cutthroat, but a faithful servant of our king. Carrying out resistance. But let's move on.
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. Mike, by the way, you said you were in Tell me.
Well, they asked questions, yes. But I was counting on that and prepared myself for it.
How did you prepare yourself?
I just thought something up.
Henry, what exactly did you tell them? What you might consider to be a minor detail might be something of utmost importance.
I don't know. It all happened so fast.
But you said you had time to think. So how was it then?
Well,
I've had better liars than you failed to trick me. So tell me, what came out of those loose lips of yours?
Although it wasn't me who told him, von Berghoff did get certain information.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but...
That is truly unfortunate. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... What if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading...
What? Go home? I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a...
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now.
Yani.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage.
Allah Allah.
I have quite different plans.
No. And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother!
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road.
Tamam lan tamam. Hey.
No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway.
Aynen.
Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences.
Tamam sus ya. Kapa çeneni. Anladık.
I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go! Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
Oh, so all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
Haritaya geçemiyor muyum ya? İn. Harita. Heh. Allah Allah. Karizma. Allah Allah. Bilgiler değil ki bunların. Bir şunu alalım. Başka ne var? Adres. Bunu ver ya. Al. Başka var mı? Abi şey yok mu? Arkadan şey yok mu? Hı.
I'm up for that. Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumour mill, and if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favoured meeting spot.
Okay.
Spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Hinek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's gonna take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Should we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
Ya aralar açılsın ya. Oo, nasıl oldu? Geçtiğim hiçbir yer açamadım ama. Şu hızlı seyahat olduğu için.
I hope our journey doesn't prove to be in vain. Keep your hand on your hilt, Henry. Around here, you never know what might happen.
İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Bir sonraki bölümde kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Beğenmeyi, kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Yorum olmayı da ihmal etmeyin. 2 dakika sonra biter. Yeni. Videoyu beğenmeyi unutmayın. Hoşçakalın.